Hey, Gina here with Tarot and Time. I'm here with the December month ahead tarot and astrology reading. For those of you who are new, the opening of the video is an astrology report, and the details, I encourage you to listen to it because it will play a role in the reading ahead. But if you are short on time, you can skip ahead to the timestamps below for the pile of your choice. So let's jump right in. We are in Sagittarius season. We're going to be heading into Capricorn season. We're finishing up the end of a 6-year in numerology. So if you remember back, the number 6 tarot cards were the Lovers and then also the Double card. These were our theme cards for the year. And in my experience, I find that towards the end of the year, it gets more intense. So let's talk about what we needed to learn in 2022. I did a little pre-reading about what I needed to speak to you about today. And it was really, really clear that we need to make sure that we've learned what we needed to learn from the Lovers and the Double card. So let's talk about some of those themes. So the Lovers card is a Gemini card. It's ruled by the planet Mercury. So it definitely has tones of voicing yourself, being heard. It's definitely relationships. It's the Lovers, but it doesn't have to be all about love. It's really about choices. It's about our ways of thinking. And I find it very interesting that the Devil card has the Lovers here in front. In front of him. Okay. So looking at themes of where we're giving away our power, what relationships are we in that are dysfunctional? Where are we kind of in our shadow side of things? Where are we not functioning so much in the light? And it's really important to look at our shadow side. I know a lot of people spend a lot of time avoiding that. But we want to look, and we're not looking to condemn ourselves. We're looking to free ourselves, especially now in Sagittarius season, which is all about freedom and expansion. So looking at our shadow side without huge judgment, without guilt, because there's a lot of times the Devil card will indicate when someone is functioning on guilt or functioning on codependent relationships where they're giving away their power. So look at these themes for yourself. Again, you don't have to be in a love relationship for these to matter. This is about you, what's going on with you, with your thought process, looking at where you're still maybe berating yourself over old things in the past, where you can free yourself. And then looking at all of your relationships, not just love relationships, but friends relationships, work, all those relationships. Where we're giving away our power, where we're not voicing ourselves clearly, where we're allowing ourselves to be enslaved to this Devil energy. Okay, so we're finishing up the 6th year. And how do we know it's a 6th year? Well, when you add up 2022, it equals the number 6. So as we move into 2023, we're going to move into a 7-year. So our theme cards for a 7-year are the Chariot. It's associated with the sign Cancer, and it's ruled by the moon. So this is a card about following your intuition, following that gut feeling, right? When you hear me talking about intuition a lot, and you know that I'm always saying that it's not just here in your belly. It can come up in other parts of the body. It can come up as a strong feeling or a strong sense of knowing, even though maybe you don't know all the details. It's following that feeling, respecting dread, respecting when our body gives us red flags, that there's our higher self is communicating with us. So the Chariot, overcoming obstacles to move forward. It's a very exciting card. I'm excited because this is my life path card. And so to figure out your life path card, you would just take all the digits of your birthday, including, 19 for 19, or if you were born in the 2000s, the 20 part, add up all the digits until you can make one number. And that's your life path number in tarot. And so you can see which tarot card relates to your life path. So if you have the number 7, then this is going to be an incredibly interesting year for you of moving forward, of seeing what those obstacles are, having learned a lot through these cards, and then moving forward, trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. Now, the other card of the year that also equals a number 7 is card number 16 in tarot, which is the Tower card. And I know it looks hairy, but really this is an Aquarian card ruled by the planet Uranus, which is often depicted as a lightning bolt of change. This is like a divine intervention to break apart the things that no longer work for us. So maybe we saw what was going on with the 6th year, and now we're going to move forward and respect divine intervention to break apart the things that do not work for us, that do not serve us, that can help expand our world when we allow them to break down. Okay, so big themes, so big month, and really, I'm not telling you all this to put more pressure on you. I'm telling you this so that you can really just reflect and see what's been coming up and be ready to start really moving through it this next year. So I did pick the Chariot card for each of the piles, and so we will talk about that in a few minutes, but I want to go on a week-by-week astrology forecast. I will cut this video into clips, so don't worry, you don't have to absorb it all at once. I'll repost it later. So week 1, starting December 5th through December 11th, it's a full moon week. So it's a full moon in Gemini week. And I have this oracle card here from Moonology. With full Gemini moon, the answers you need are coming. So that's kind of nice. Okay, so we know full moon weeks can be intense. We know Gemini moves quickly, lots of information. Choose fun over drama. Okay, just enjoy it. So get your moon water out over the weekend. Monday, the moon will be in Taurus. And by Tuesday, it will move into Gemini. So just keep things light and fun. On the 7th, on Wednesday, the full moon will be at 11:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the moon will stay in the sign of Gemini until Thursday. So on Thursday, you want to be a little bit more careful with your words. We have just some aspects going on that we want to be a little bit more careful. Things are already intense with a full moon. By Friday, the moon will be in the sign of Cancer, so you want to be extra kind to yourself. Cancer likes all the nurturing, all the softer things of life, so it might be a better day to kind of take it easy. And then you'll move into a Cancer weekend, and I wrote down great time for holiday shopping, make it fun, and then by Sunday, get really healthy, selfish on Sunday and do what you want. The moon will move into the sign of Leo. So fun week if you choose fun over drama. Always kind of keeping an eye on your words because Gemini is ruled by Mercury that has to do with communication. So Mercury will move into the sign of Capricorn the day before the full moon on the 6th. So I wrote down, and I'll post it later, get grounded with your thoughts and ideas. Capricorn is an earth sign. Think of very rooted. Mercury can be kind of bouncy, air-like. So get really grounded. Get your ideas written down, okay? Then we're going to have Venus move into the sign of Capricorn, sign of relationships, love, value, beauty, all those great things. And then Capricorn, foundation of your life, your career, your family, your roots, your traditions. Interesting that Capricorn season is when so many of these holidays happen, gathering family together, all these traditions. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so enjoy the full moon week ahead. We move into the 12th through the 18th. We start off with the moon in Leo. Now remember, we're always talking about where the moon placement is because it affects our mood so much, okay? So moon in Leo, your way isn't the only way. Leo's a fixed sign, so sometimes they can think that way. Tuesday the 13th, what you want versus what they want. And some of that is because the moon is opposite Saturn, the rules, the expectations. So kind of finding that compromise in the middle. On Wednesday, the 14th, the moon will move into Virgo, also ruled by the planet Mercury, which is now in Capricorn. Virgo is known for precision, so be precise in voicing your feelings. We're going to move into, we'll have another Virgo moon day on Thursday, the 15th. And you don't want to push too hard for anything on Thursday, the 15th. We got a square going on with Mars. Just kind of go with the flow a little bit. Do your thing, get your stuff in order. Then we move into a Libra weekend, which is all about relationships and making sure that you're speaking your truth. Sometimes Libra will reserve itself or not want to rock the boat. Make sure that you're not over giving to others. Okay. So on Friday the 16th, you want to be open to last minute plan changes. And that's because of some aspects, really positive aspect, of trine with Uranus and the planet Pluto. If you're flexible, you may just have a lot of fun. Okay. And then on for the weekend, I wrote sexy weekend. Libras are known for beauty. It's ruled by Venus. So dress up, feel good, go out and enjoy your relationships, but make sure that you're not over giving, that you have good boundaries. Now we move into, let's see, we're moving into a few things. We're moving into Capricorn season. So 12/19 through 12/25, we start off, we know it's going to be a new moon week, so we want to get our moon water out again. I'm just putting it in a window. It is cold here in New England, so just a window it can pick up the rays of the moon, okay? Moon in Scorpio on Monday the 19th. Be gentle, clear, and direct. By Tuesday the 20th, the moon will move into Sagittarius season. It's the last day of Sag season. So we get a double Sagittarius experience. Have some fun because we're going to move into Capricorn season. And as much as I love Capricorns, they're not always known for fun. They're known for practicality and seriousness and getting the job done. So so have fun on the 20th. Wednesday, the 21st, Sun moves to Capricorn. Let's get down to business, okay? Then we move into Thursday, the 22nd. You take steps to bring your dreams into reality. I know everybody's distracted with the holidays and stuff, but this is a good time to keep some list about what you want to do maybe after the holidays moving forward. On the 22nd, get steps to bring your dreams into reality. Good for list. Then we move right into the new moon. New moon in Capricorn on Friday, the 23rd, 5:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, new moons are about envisioning, and it's about like planting seeds and making wishes or I almost want to say replace the word wishes with statements, right? It's like placing your order. So envision the reality of your dreams because Capricorn wants to make them a reality. So be very careful with your thoughts also. Christmas weekend, it's going to be a Capricorn Christmas. So enjoy your traditions, enjoy your family, enjoy whatever it is you do. I don't have a lot of traditions for Christmas. I didn't grow up celebrating holidays. I've shared with you about growing up as a Jehovah's Witness before. I don't have that. And so sometimes that can be a little bit sad in some ways. But just whatever it is that you do, it doesn't have to be whatever everybody else does. Maybe you just take some time. Maybe you just spend it with some friends. But those are your traditions and they don't need to look like everyone else's, okay? So try to find the joy in whatever it is that you do outside of the pressure of society and what we're supposed to do. Okay. On Sunday, if you're traveling, keep your schedule really flexible because the moon will have moved into Aquarius. And Aquariuses are known to be predictably unpredictable. And so just know that like things are going to there's going to be, There might be traffic. You might be rerouted. Just be flexible so that you can move with it and adapt to it. Okay. All right. So we're moving into the week of 12/26 through the new year. So Monday the 26th, what outdated rules are you holding yourself to? We have the moon conjunct Saturn, and Saturn doesn't really want anything to change, and Aquarius wants to change everything. So think about what you're holding yourself to. Maybe you need to cut down your budget for next year for the holidays. Maybe your idea of giving is not aligning with where you're at right now. So just really start thinking about what can change in a gentle way, not in any harshness. The moon's going to move into Pisces on Tuesday, the 27th. Now, please keep in mind that we're moving towards Mercury retrograde because it's going to start on Wednesday, the 28th at 4:32 a.m. And so, or I'm sorry, Thursday, the 29th at 4:32 a.m. Any big purchases, and I'm really grateful this Mercury retrograde is coming in after the holidays, so we don't have to worry about Christmas shopping. As a store owner, I'm really happy about that. So Mercury retrograde, the planet of communication, the planet that rules roadways and travel, the messenger information, right? And so sometimes it can affect things in transit. It can affect our trips. It can affect roadways. It can affect our thoughts. And most of the advice given during a Mercury retrograde is to not make major purchases, especially things like out of the blue. Okay. Some things you just have to move forward. I'm a store owner. I need to purchase things for the store, but you know what I'm talking about. Those things that come up like, maybe that'll be good, or maybe that's the right size. Probably won't be. Okay. So if you want to fool around with it, learn for yourself like I had to. But yeah, so get your major purchases done before the 29th at 4:32 a.m. Some astrologers would say do it even earlier because of the shadow period. Okay. I tend to push it to the last minute. Moon in Pisces on Tuesday. So dream big, but wait to act. Not the greatest time to act. Also, during the Mercury retrograde, I want you to get your journals out, your notebooks out. This is a time to pay attention to what's happening. Because as we've talked about before, the energy of Mercury retrograde is that we will kind of go back over. We're going to go forward, then Mercury goes retrograde, we go back. And then when it goes direct, we go back over that time period again. So I'll be discussing Mercury retrograde in more detail later, what degrees it's going to be in. But this is a great time to get the journal out and start writing down what's going on because it's going to be revisited. And usually by the end, I find that I've really have clarity on a matter. Okay. So 29th, the moon will be in Aries. And on Friday, it will also be in Aries and journaling fresh ideas for the new year. The really exciting thing is that New Year's Eve is going to be in the sign of Taurus. And what a fabulous way to celebrate New Year's Eve. Taurus rules anything of beauty. It's ruled by the sign Venus. And so it rules jewelry and it rules beautiful outfits and having your hair done and all those kind of things. So if you're going to, I would say dress up, whatever you're doing, dress up. Maybe even if you're staying home, maybe just have fun and wear something beautiful. I wrote down, wear your grandmother's jewelry. If you have inherited any pieces of jewelry, especially from, a grandmother, a woman, because Venus rules women in that relationship. So put it on, have fun. Maybe just take some pictures. Even if you're not going anywhere, you can still take some pictures and have a good time with it. And so beautiful, beautiful way to celebrate the new year. All right. So that is what I have for you week by week. And we're going to jump over into the tarot cards now. For pile number 1, I picked this beautiful Chariot card. This is one of my favorite. And this is from the Spellcasters Tarot deck. So this is pile number 1's Chariot. For pile number 2, we have it from the Modern Witch. Look at that. And I love that the Modern Witch, it's all women in all the positions of the deck. So here she is. She is ready. Pile number 2. And then from pile number 3, we're using the Chariot from the Muse Tarot. Isn't she lovely? And she is rearing to go. Horse speed. All right, pick your pile, whichever one jumps out to you first. Don't overthink it. And let's get started. Pile number 1, this beautiful Chariot card from the Spellcaster's Tarot deck. I like to call this my Rainbow Chariot. And how beautiful with the lotus flower. It just feels like enlightenment, forward movement, divine movement forward. Okay. And now I also put in the Tower card here because this is also one of the cards of the year that we're moving into. So almost like divine intervention, change, the things that need to go being taken. And so finding peace with that and moving forward. Okay. Now I have 8 cards here for the month ahead. I have not looked at any of these yet. And let's see what you need to know this month of December. I have, I'm working with the Green Witch Tarot. I guess I'll tell you as I go along. Okay. So we're starting off with the High Priest here. Position number 1, what you need to know this month ahead. So the High Priest, traditionally called the Hierophant, and he almost resembles the magician here. And he's got a hand reached out to you. There's a ceremony happening here. This is, number 5 is about change. This is a Sagittarius card of learning, expanding, making changes to our spiritual beliefs. Okay, that's your first card. Major Arcana number 5. Let's see what's going on in the heart of the matter here, also from the Green Witch Tarot. We have the 9 of Chalices, or traditionally called the 9 of Cups. Beautiful fireplace, almost looks like a crystal ball. You can see her reflection in it. So really taking a good look at yourself and all the options, all the cups there, all the emotions. Okay, that's the heart of the matter. Now, supporting the heart of the matter, we have the 4 of Cups. Interesting how there's 3 cups here, which usually 3 cups represents like a party, celebration. And then she's being offered this new cup here, Ace of Cups, a cup of satisfaction. Doesn't seem like she sees it yet, okay? But there's an offering coming. And I often think of this card as like almost like she's no longer, this isn't so as enjoyable as it used to be. There's a new joy coming in. Now let's see what the foundation card is here from the Before Tarot. This is the 2 of Pentacles, or 2 of Wands. And, you know, this other person approaching, right now he's just holding the world in his hands, thinking about where he wants to go, what he wants to do, but there's a partner approaching. Okay. So almost like an offering here that's coming in, a partner that's approaching. Now, again, that doesn't have to be love. It could be, if that's what you're looking for, but it can also, partnerships can come into your life in many ways. Okay. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. We have the Moon card here from the, I always forget the name of this one. I want to say dragon, but that's wrong. I'll think of it. Oh, wizards. That's what it is. Okay, the Moon, this giant crab there, these 2 towers in the background, kind of referencing the Tower card. So there's a lot of emotion there because the Moon is a very emotional card. We have a full moon. We know we're going into a full moon week, the beginning of the month. And so there's a lot of, this is coming in next to the 9 of Cups, lots of emotions. The Moon, you know, it's Cancer. Cancer needs to feel safe and secure. And so a lot of things may be coming up for you this month. We have the 10 of Wands. There's an exchange. Looks like a financial exchange going on there. Let's see what we're moving into. This is the Light Seers. We have the Hierophant again. So the Hierophant came up as in the position of what you need to know right now, and it also came up in your future position. So almost like this stairway to heaven. He reminds me of laughter yoga. And so there's a lot of joy here. It's almost like maybe your spiritual traditions, almost like lightening up and doing it your way. So many holidays this month. And so changing your perspective a little bit. And the 10 of Pentacles, such a card of gathering with family. So Capricorn. There's like this kingfisher bird here, which feels like it's special to see. So really enjoying the family connection. For those of us like myself who don't have a lot of family, this is still the grounding nature, our ancestors before us, okay? And the Hierophant, wanting us to connect with that, very spiritual, okay? So maybe taking out some old pictures of family, even if we didn't know them, if we have photos of them, we can still feel a connection to them. Okay. So basically getting from this that there is a lot of emotion going on. And we know already moving into the end of the year that these cards, the Lover and the Devil, they're going to intensify as we move into the end of the year. So really looking at our relationships, looking at our relationship with ourselves, looking at our relationship with our higher power, what is working and what needs to be updated and changed, and where can we find freedom, and where can we accept help from others, and what things almost need, this is like selling something off, right? Where can we lighten up and let go, and where can we allow partnership, healthy partnership to come in? Okay, so that is your overall month. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each week, and we'll throw some charms over here. We'll roll some dice. Let's see what you got astro dice wise for the head. You've got the North Node in the sign of Sagittarius in the 12th house. Okay, so the North Node is about your dharma, your work you came here to do. It's about your soul's contract. And it's coming up in the sign of Sagittarius, which the Hierophant card represents Sagittarius, the student, the teacher, the philosopher, your spirituality, the bigger picture. And then the 12th house is Pisces house. It's a karmic house. It's a healing house. It's a letting go of old things. And interesting that that brings up this card where they're kind of just selling some things off. Okay. So getting really focused on what it is that you came here to do, and not forgetting to connect with your higher power. I know that all these religious holidays in the month of December sometimes can turn some people off to religion, but this is asking you to please reconnect in a way that works for you. Okay. So let's go ahead and just pull some cards for each week. See what we've got. I'm going to use the Green Witches here and the Wizards. So we technically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And I'm going to throw some charms over here on this calendar and some letters. Okay. So starting off with the charms, we have almost on the week of November, a couple days before the start of December, we've got a dragonfly and we've got ambitious. Okay. So there's almost like this big view of your ambition. On the first, we have this really cool guitar that fell out. It's a little bit of fun on the first. And let's see what the card for that week is. It is, this is actually the Temperance card in the Green Witch deck. Okay. So this is another Sagittarius card. Blending, making your life the combinations that work for you. So your ambition, your vision, and then also with the guitar here, the fun. Okay. So that's for the first week. The second week, I don't have any charms there. Okay. So kind of a little bit quieter week. And we have the Magician card, which is the Witch card here in the Green Witch Tarot. So it's a 1. So really about you. She's mixing her brew. She's mixing her potion. She's really busy doing her thing. So I would say that your second week of December would be a great time for you to get to you and what you want to do. Interesting how they're both kind of blending stuff. Okay, now the third week, 11th through 17th, we have a lot of charms that fell out on the 14th. We have like these circles, all these circles connected here. We have a angel. We have a moose. And we have this fortune cookie that says, great, you are ready for a party. That's on the 14th. So if you're thinking about throwing a holiday party or something, that might be a good day for you. Let's see what card you have for that week. You have the World card. Fabulous. So this is Capricorn, definitely being seen, success. The 14th would be a great day for you to do something like that. Or if not that week, that weekend. Okay. Very beautiful. All right. The next week, kind of quieter, no charms that week, but we do have the 8 of Wands. Lots of ideas, lots of passion. This is traditionally called the honeymoon card. These wands kind of flying out the window here. Okay. And then moving into the last week, we have this circle on the 27th and the letter I right around the 29th. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So she's really busy there studying from her book, working her magic. There's just, it's like such an expression of Christmas week. 9 of Pentacles, so much beauty, so much stuff, so much value. Okay. But making sure that you're taking the time for you, especially since you got the letter I. Okay. We also had the number 55 that landed on the calendar, and off the calendar, we had a G. All right. So let's see what you have for letters. What do we got? The first word I see is robe. Got a blank. We got 2 R's. And let's see. Got the word gray robe. And what else? Got the word food. And some letters that might be initials for you, HRT, and the letter I again. Okay, so you can play with these letters, see what you can make. I got the word gray, robe, food, and the initials HRT and the letter I. All right, pile 1, I wish you all the best in the last month of the year, moving into this 7 year, and have a good one. Pile number 2, this beautiful Chariot card from the Modern Witch Tarot. Ready to go. I love that. Then you're also the 7 being the Tower card. It's quite an interesting Tower card there. So divine intervention, breaking apart the things that do not work for us. Okay. So accepting that intervention to help move us forward. Okay. Theme cards for the next year we're moving into. And so let's see what you need to know this month of December, working with a few different decks here. Haven't looked at any of the cards yet. And let's see what we're starting off with. This is what's important for you to know this month. You have the Moon card. Now, the Moon card had a strong presence in pile number 1 also. This is a card that's ruled by the sign Cancer. This is about our intuition, the watery deep, the fluid body, our feelings. Also, the Chariot card is ruled by the moon. Okay, so this is going to be a really good year, and it's coming up for you this month also, to be paying attention to what is bubbling up to the surface, what feelings are coming up, where we don't feel safe to be ourselves, where we need to change our environment to make us feel better. Paying attention to the messages. And not all the messages come up as like airy-fairy. Sometimes they come up as red flags, and sometimes they come up as dread of a situation and wanting to honor those feelings that are coming up. Okay. Now, the heart of the matter, we have the King of Swords. the King of Air, the King of Communication. This is the before tarot. So he's being handed this sword. He's being handed this position from his higher power here. He has to make decisions without a lot of emotions. He has to make cuts. He's also a writer and a communicator. Okay. So what's coming up is the heart of the matter. Now, supporting the heart of the matter, we have the Six of Cups here from the Wizard's Tarot. There's kind of this exchange going on. They were ending a 6-year here in 2022. There's a gift being given, okay? And so sometimes we feel harsh when we stand up for ourselves, King of Swords. When we have to make cuts that in our lives, people, places, events, but this is saying, yes, that needs to be done. Okay, your foundation card is the Four of Pentacles. I find this card very interesting. This is from the Green Witch Tarot. There's a person out there. He's putting these pentacles up. And we don't know if that person's knocking or if this person doesn't want to answer. It's a 4. So it's often a pause number, kind of evaluating if he wants to answer, if he wants to let that person in. He's very busy doing his thing that's important and of value, Pentacles. Okay, so trusting who you let in and who you decide not to. Behind the scenes, we have the Two of Cups, which very much resembles the Lover's card. Two of Emotions, so this is relationships coming in next to the King of Swords. The Fool card. I was reading about how when the Fool card comes up, it's almost like it reminds me of like the get out of jail free card in Monopoly. That it's like almost like you can skip ahead. It's kind of a wild card. It's ruled by the sign Aquarius, the planet Uranus, which is also the Tower card is. And so there's something new coming in here. Sometimes people might think that you're foolish or what are you doing or what are you thinking? But this person is connected and trusting that he's making the right decisions in the background. Now moving into the forward position, we have the Nine of Cups, very joyful, expansion, freedom, almost like emotional freedom of the treasure chest down here. And let's see what else we've got here. And we got another king. Okay, King of Pentacles. And it's interesting too, because he looks like he's like alone, right? There's like an animal in the field, but he's kind of there. Love all the morning glories above his head. He's not afraid to be alone if he needs to be. Okay. So there's a lot of themes here of relationships. There's a lot of themes of having to make decisions. This is the center of it. Having to make decisions. Maybe some of them feel a little harsh for freedom and not being afraid that there's some solitary time. He's the king of value. He knows what's important. He's not going to give away his energy to those that are going to not use it properly, such as that person knocking on your door. Okay. So that is what I have for you for themes of the month ahead. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card for each week of December, and we break down to 5 weeks. So we're going to pull a card for each week, and we're going to pull some charms and see what we need to know this month ahead here for you, pile number 2. I also want to roll some Astro dice. We got a bunch of goodies here. So let's see. One more. 5 weeks. Okay, let's put some Astro dice first over your month ahead reading. And we have Jupiter in the sign of Taurus in the 7th house of relationships. Okay, you have more relationship themes. So Jupiter, the planet of luck, blessings, expansion, it rules Sagittarius. In the sign of Taurus, now Taurus is a Venus sign, so it rules relationships, especially the ones with women. It's about value and groundedness, okay? And then the 7th house is Libra's house of relationships. So there's a little bit of luck here and expansion as you really stick to what is important in your relationships. When you stick to your value, that you're not afraid that there might be some moments alone, because that will just make you more powerful. but staying in these relationships that don't work for you are not doing anybody any good. And anything, if there's issues there, they're going to get bigger with Jupiter there. Okay. And then we're going to go into this Mercury retrograde period. So I think it's really important for you to pay attention to what comes up, journal through it to see, because you're going to get a chance to redo, reevaluate, reassess, okay, what's going on, because there's a strong relationship theme here in your reading. Okay. So we're going to go week by week. I'm going to pull some charms on the calendar. Wow, that was a lot. Okay. Those just came flying out. And some letters. All right, let's see what we've got. So a lot of these charms landed like outside of the first week, so almost a little bit in November. It looks like there's a lot of activity going on. The first one that jumps out to me is this punching glove. But you do have you have dog tags and music and a ship and a pentacle, a lot of energy up here. Okay, a lot of trees and some mermaids, but they're all kind of almost in November. All right, so you're kind of coming in with it. There was a lot of activity there in November for you. Now, as you move into the first charm that falls is this mermaid. Okay, and it looks like she's holding a star. Now, the star card, as we know in tarot, is a card of hope and healing. Okay, but it's also kind of comes in as a purge. All right, and we already saw a lot of relationship stuff going on. So maybe you've been fighting, but there's like this lightness that's starting to move into the month of December. Now, the next week, the 4th through the 10th, you have a lot of activity too. A lot of charms. I had 2 of these mermaids there, and you got both of them. Okay, so almost implicating the star card again. We have this beautiful rose. We have a moose on the 7th. We have this journal on the 8th. So make sure you have a journal ready for your Mercury retrograde experience towards the end of the month. We have some saints here on the 9th. And okay, so then as we move into the next week, let's pull some tarot cards. So for the first week, where we started off with the lot of activity coming in, and then the mermaid with the star, we have the 3 of Wands. She's out living the life that she wants, what brings her peace, okay? Thinking ahead, the future. Then the second week, where you have a lot of charms, a lot of activity, you got the King of Swords again. Okay, so he came up as the heart of the matter in your month ahead reading, and he came up again here for your second week. King of Communication. We're going to be in that Gemini full moon. I like how he's kind of up there on top of the mountain. All these like telephone wires are kind of broken. He may need to take some time alone to figure out what his next move is. Now, going into the third week, you don't have a lot of activity in the third week. You've got like this one little saint that I cannot even read what it says, but it's coming in around the 11th. Okay. And so for the third week, you have the 7 of Pentacles. And it's like almost like he's just kind of busy doing his thing, working, all his things of value. Again, he's alone. The fourth week, we start off with another moose here on the 18th. We have like this toy soldier on the 20th. Or maybe a nutcracker. Okay. And you have the Holy King. And the Holy King is the Hermit. Interesting. More solo energy. Searching for truth, searching for what's important to him. Okay, a guide, an inner guide. Now you have no charms really. Well, you got on New Year's Eve or on Christmas Eve, you got a book. Okay, and then on the Christmas week, no charms there. Although at the very bottom, we got this beautiful heart. And for your Christmas week, you have the Five of Cups. So there's definitely a lot of emotions, okay? So make sure that you take the time. And again, she's alone. And I know the holidays are hard for people. And so if you're feeling alone, it's okay. Have that good cry. I like how there's a clock in the background. Like it's only going to be for a bit and then you can move on from that. Okay. So allow yourself that release of emotions. Okay. Let's see what we've got here for your letters. We've got the word done. Let's see. I've got the word cry. Let's see. What else? Anything else? Maybe some names? All right, I've got NII, I've got JU, and HRA. Well, I don't know if I can make any words with that, but maybe you can. So I'm going to leave these here and see what you can do with it, okay? And I'll take a picture of that for you. And yeah, I'm going to pull you an oracle card to end it with. Anything else here? This is the Moonology deck. So let's see what we've got. We've got meditation and contemplation, new moon in Pisces. Okay. So I really think that there is a lot here where you do need to take some time alone. Interesting how it's like the two fish here. And so it's almost like another relationship theme. And Pisces is all about karmic energy, right? And so sometimes we think of karmic energy as like, sometimes I feel like people romanticize karmic energy. And sometimes these people come back into our lives for us to make a good decision this time, right? It's like similar energy of people in our past so that we can clear things up. You did have the word done. And sometimes we just need to cry it out and move forward. Okay. So meditate, contemplate. Don't be afraid of the alone time. You're moving into a good position with the Nine of Cups and the King of Pentacles, but there's some cuts that need to be made. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I wish you all the best. Pile number 3, this beautiful Chariot from the Muse Tarot. I just love that the energy is just radiating from her center. The Chariot is ruled by the moon, so her intuition is pulling her forward at horse speed. Lovely. And then we know the Tower is the other card associated with the new year. And this is a pretty cool version of it. Things just cracking open, and that she's really using it really. She's standing on that portion of whatever's broken apart there. So divine intervention, change, and making the most of it moving forward. Okay, let's see what you need to know this month ahead. Working with a few different decks here. I haven't looked at any of the cards yet. We're starting off with what's important for you to know this month. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So sometimes the pentacles don't move that quickly, okay? But it's on its way to you. Something of value being brought to you, okay? So that's your first card. Let's see what the heart of the matter is. From the Light Seers, we have the King of Pentacles. Blue Jean King, King of Value, looks very comfortable in his library here. So you have 2 pentacle cards starting off. So slow and steady as we move into Capricorn season during the month of December. This is such a Capricorn king. Okay. Now supporting the heart of the matter from the Before Tarot, we have the Hanged Man. So talk about slow moving. This is the card of divine delay. This is a Pisces card, okay? And, way back when the tarot was first created, this had to do with a lot of mystics, doing inversions, standing on their head, doing these things for enlightenment, Okay. So the Hanged Man coming in, that this pause, this enlightenment period, it's very important. Delay, moving forward. But really a time of creativity, of vision. All right. Let's see what the foundation is. The Queen of Wands. Look at her. This is from the Wizard's Tarot. And she is a fire queen. She definitely looks powerful. Okay. Now, fire definitely moves a lot quicker than some of this pentacle energy. She's coming in as your foundation card. She's about power and travel and forward moving energy and passion. Okay. You got a king and a queen, which is nice to see. See what's going on in the background. The Six of Cups as we move, or we start to move out of the 6th year in numerology. It's a card of like reminiscing, very nostalgic card in the background. Coming in next to the King of Pentacles, who will take the time to reminisce, who knows the importance of history to learn from it. And then behind the scenes, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, this is a little bit of like the insomnia card. You might be having a lot of intense dreams coming in next to the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So a little bit of an energy leak in the background, kind of asking you to take the time to rest, get charged up. Okay, moving into the forward position, Six of Wands, another 6. And kind of coming in across from the Six of Cups, the reminiscing card, the King of Pentacles, taking the time to process whatever needs to be processed, into this card of success, okay? And being recognized, along with the High Priestess in your future position. This is the two of water. Respecting your emotions, knowing that they have a power also. Really honoring what's coming up in your dreams, because it's kind of coming up across with this Nine of Swords, with this Hanged Man, and then the High Priestess. Pay attention to the messages that are coming through. Journal about it, okay? She is your intuition, your higher self. She's connecting with you. This is like she's ruled by the moon. Okay, we've had a lot of heavy moon presence in each pile. And so she represents trusting that intuition, trusting those feelings, trusting where to move forward, paying attention to the messages that are coming in. I think you're moving into a really good position if you take the time to pause, if you take the time to sit with yourself, really of what's of value, to give yourself that peace of mind, to not rush things, to know that you're in a position of power and that things are moving forward. Okay. This is very beautiful reading right here. I'm going to pull a couple more cards for this future position. Anything else you need to know? I have the Six of Cups coming up again. So we had it here in the background, and then we have it here from the Green Witch. I love that card. I really love that card. There's children having a picnic, holding hands, walking forward. Okay. So it's almost like there's a peace that's been made versus like this Nine of Swords. It's a lot of worry. There's a peace being made with yourself, with your emotions, with your relationships. Okay. I really like this card. All right. So what we're going to do, let me roll some astro dice here. See any more themes for your month. And we have the Venus in the sign of Cancer in the 6th house. Okay, Venus ruling your relationships, especially the one with yourself, anything of value, beauty, in the sign of Cancer, which is ruled by the moon and is about nurturing, being kind. Interesting, I placed it right over the Hanged Man because you need to take that time of rest to looking back over, there's a certain amount of reminiscing. There's a certain amount of thoughts and emotions that need to be moved forward. You might be missing people this time of year. You might be missing people that you've lost. And yet this card makes me feel like they're not lost. They're still connected with you. Okay. And the 6th house is Virgo's house. And so kind of like Virgo can be everyday routine. Sometimes Virgo can get very detailed, which is one of its strengths, but it can get nitpicky and one of its shadowy sides. So kind of just being gentle with yourself about all the routines and expectations of the holiday season. All right. So that's what we have for the month ahead. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull some cards for each week. We have 5 weeks for the month of December. I'm going to pull some charms, see what comes up for you each week. And I'm working again with a few different decks here. And so let's see what we've got. I'm going to reach into my charms. Okay. So over the month of December here, looks like the first week is pretty quiet from moving in from November into December. And we have the Ace of Swords here. Okay. So there's like this new way of thinking. It's like there's all these dandelions. So it's very spring-like energy, springing forward. So you might just have a lot of ideas, fresh ideas, things you want to write down. Lovely. The second week, you've got a lot of charms going on. So on the 5th of December, you also got the number 5, indicating change. Okay, I have the letter U on the 6th, along with a corkscrew. And the 7th, we have like a cathedral. The 8th, I have this really large chunk of amethyst, okay, which is really about gentleness, nurturing yourself, being kind to yourself, along with this little wheelbarrow on the 8th. So you might be working hard, but make sure on the 8th that you're taking some quiet downtime too. I've got the letter D on the 9th, along with the moon and a star. Okay, and for that week, we have the Earth Mother, which is the Empress card. Okay, so you might be in the position of like hosting a lot. You might have a lot on your plate. You might have a lot of things in the works. Okay, but this is a beautiful Venus card and it rules relationships. And you did roll Venus also. She's extremely pregnant, extremely like there's a lot of fertile. She's got a lot of food there. There's a lot there. So making sure that you get the rest that you need to with all that going on, okay? Big week, second week. Now the third week, not as much there, but your card of the week is the 5 of Pentacles. Not a lot there in the picture either. There's a dog and 5 pentacles. This is often called the poverty mentality card. Very easy to get into during a holiday season, feeling left out. Okay. And then, but the 5 came up, a number of change. Okay. So changing your viewpoint of that also feels like a church window. All right. That's your third week. Now, the fourth week on the 22nd, I have like this battleship here. And this little boy on the 23rd, I think he's Rick or Morty. I don't know. I don't watch the show, but my kids do. So I think that's where this came from on the 23rd. So it might be a little bit of a fun day. It's the Christmas Eve. Okay. Let's see what you've got. The moon. Again, we've got so much moon energy in these readings. A moon can represent mom. It can represent all the watery emotions. It can represent our intuition. It can be moody. Okay, so just know that. Tend to yourself. Now, on the next week, I have a lot on the 27th. I have the word saw and the word who. So who did you see? On the 27th and then on the 28th, this mermaid holding the star. And on the 29th and 30th, we got a big thing of French fries. Okay. So, you may have to come down off of the holidays. You may need some alone time this week. And let's see what your card is. 9 of Cups. There's a lot of joy there. There's a lot of expansion. There's a lot of emotions. Okay. So just know it. Take the time out that you need. I always think of French fries as like the thing I go to when I feel really stressed out. And it's like comforting. Right? So there it is on the 29th. So just comfort yourself through these holidays and don't be afraid to make some changes in what you do. Maybe you're always hosting. Maybe it's time to put some responsibility on others, ask for what you need. And maybe it's a time to look at just where you feel left out, where you feel emotional, and just comfort yourself this month, okay? A lot of comforting, making peace with yourself, nurturing yourself, moving forward, okay? Now I'm going to pull a few letters. Let's see if we can make any names or initials. Let's see what we've got. K, 2 L's, and a G. Let's see what I can do with them. I think I have the word Luna, which I feel like the moon came up so much. Luna. So kind of really just you got to honor your emotions. They're not there to inconvenience you. They're there to help you move forward. The word boil, B-O-I-L, like boiling a pot of water, or maybe your emotions get a little boily sometimes, okay? I've got the word glow. Well, I have G-L-O. And the word kin, K-I-N. I have the initials E-J, E-I-J, or E-J-I. Okay. So see what you can do with these letters and just allow yourself to feel what you feel. Allow yourself to get the rest that you need. Allow yourself to know that things are moving forward, but you can't skip over the emotions. Okay. Make peace with yourself. Take care of yourself. Set yourself up in a position that you can make the most of the holidays. Make sure you get the rest you need before and after. I see you really having, this is your foundation card, power. Okay. So don't let it be like the word boil, don't let it get overwhelming. Just know that you have the strength that you need to get through this times, that sometimes we just need to rest. Sometimes we just need to get a little more sleep. Sometimes we just need to nurture. And I see you moving forward into the new year very positively. So have a great month ahead.